Do you want a quick hack on that? I mean, nobody followed this actually. Cool. That's the last hack I'm gonna share right now.
Hack City, baby, let's go. Welcome to the $1 Million Sellers Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Chouquette. Today we have a good friend on the show, Colin Raha. Colin, what's up, man? I'm just gonna dive right in here, and I want you to talk to me about that moment you decided to bury yourself. And this kind of rebirth you went through and you coming out of the ground and what led you to be there, and just take us on that journey, man, because it was such a cool thing to see you do.
So, oh my God, that's a crazy experience actually. Trust me. Oh my gosh, I buried myself 2.5 hours and I was in a 3 days torture actually in my life. I'll tell you the background of where it's all come from. I went into a crazy depression because of the family issue and all the things what I went through. And then I was like, my depression is something different. I was like going crazy, not like sitting in a one place. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like going all over the place, trying to figure out what's my life look like. I thought my life is done. I had like a lot of suicidal thoughts of what I'm going to take my life off. I thought I'm done with my life. My life is over after that. So at that process, I did Tabasco in Mexico with Eric, an MDS guy, amazing guy. So, and then at that point, I realized that I don't live in the present. I either live in my past or live in the future, actually. So from that point, I live in the present. And the shaman was telling me like, hey, you are, I said, after the meeting, I talked to shaman and said, he said like, okay, we have a female energy and a male energy. You need to let that go. Why? Because I don't want to cry. In Indian culture, we don't like to be cried. Crying is a weakness for us. So from that point, at that point, I was like before that, after that, I'm going into depression side very deep. And then I was like, called my friend immediately, said, hey, I need a help. I cannot be like this. I cannot be miserable like this in my life. I need a help. I need to seek for it. So we put together 3 days challenge actually. The 3 days challenge was like, first day, it's like a totally go into submersing about what I'm going through in my life actually. Why? Because I don't know what is peace. I don't know what is happiness. I don't know how to connect within myself actually. That's the 3 problems we identified. And after that, we create the ice bucket, focus on myself, connect within myself, connect within my inner love actually. And second was heat, Tabasco, be inside and then connect with myself actually completely. The fourth one is like underground. I stayed there for 2.5 hours, man. You swear to God, oh my God, that was like an amazing experience what I got. It's like basically like you go to the inner child yourself. The shaman was treating me like, okay, go back to your your past child, what you want to tell him. So what is the stage you pass? It's killing you all the trauma that what you had. And you come out and then reborn as a human, as a new experience, a new person ready to take the energy in the life actually. And accept whatever you want in the life actually.
That's amazing, man. So you didn't just do the in the ground thing. You did the cold experience. You did the heat in like one of those tents, right? Isn't that what you're talking about?
The overall the goal is to like, it's like you're doing your muscle workout actually. You do 100 pounds first, and if you go and then lift at 10 pounds, it's super easy for you after that, right? So the whole goal is to be like how you can able to create a different experience like a cold, heat, underground. So you keep getting all the resistance, keeping all the resistance in your body. And when you go out of that, then you can able to be focused on yourself, super amazing, right? So you're creating a resistance with all the 3 layers of it. And after that, you go out of your life and it'll be like super easy for you to connect yourself. It's super easy to feel yourself. Like it's amazing when you experience it. I mean, I'm not a person who's like a spiritual guy. I'm like always questioning everything. But I swear to God, this changed my life actually.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. And I'm not a super spiritual or religious person either. And, but we're all humans, right? Like we all have the ability to get in touch with ourselves. And you don't hear people talk about that. Like this, we talk about relationship with God, relationship with, the Bible and all these other things. But like, what about a relationship with yourself? And how can I have a good relationship with someone else if I don't have one with myself? Right?
That's the biggest thing, bro. The 2 things I couldn't understand in my life, what is happiness? What is like a love actually? Well, because I come from a background where where we don't have the food in. My dad makes like a 50 cents a month. We don't have the food on the table. That's what they say, right? When you don't have a food on the table, you have one problem. When you have a food on the table, you have 1,000 problems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got 1,000 problems after that. So before that, we just focus on making food. Actually, that's all. Is more goal is. So at that point, I don't focus on myself. I don't focus on what is love. I don't focus on. I love other people because it's super easy, right? And then I start asking question: what is happiness? What is love?
Right.
The point is that I recognize you have no idea how much dead inside and live outside. You have no idea how many people walking outside, which is like super dead inside and being live outside. And I was there literally. So this experience, like when I think about what is happiness, what is love, I go through certain steps. So when I figured out like how can I love myself, I asked a question to myself, how can I love myself? I don't know how to love myself. So I write down how I love my family, how I love my wife, how I love everybody. I write down all the steps. I be there for them. I make sure that they were taken care. I make sure that I take them for the trips. I when they are in trouble, I will be there. When they need help, I will be like, give me the support. And then I take them for a spa. I take them for a massage. I take them for a date. I started doing everything for myself. I take myself for a dinner, just me, myself, sit at home, having an amazing dinner, just have it by myself. I take myself pedicure, manicure, massage, take care of my body. I go do that one, that's rejuvenation every month actually. So that helps me to realize what is real love means actually, first of all. And so far I understand that all the time what I'm having is like a love that it's come from outside actually, not from inside of me actually.
Yeah, it's important, man, especially for, I know for me and someone like yourself, like if you're going through something difficult and you don't really know how to deal with it, check in with yourself, because most likely no one ever taught you how to love yourself, or it just didn't come naturally to you, whatever the hell it may be. But it just seems like no one says that, right? And everyone just says all these other things outside of yourself. And you can, once you get in touch with what's inside, like you're in control, like it's the awareness, you can make the change because it's yours, right? Versus trying to change someone outside of you or this external thing that you have no control over at the end of the day. And some of us, we just need, we have to have that. We need that. I know I need it. My wife knows I need it, right? Like she'll be like, go on a surf trip, get out of here. Like, go do your thing for a little bit because clearly you need to. And I think that helps us show up better at work too, right? Like I don't really believe in the work-life balance in the traditional way. Yeah, like it's also just another outlet for myself, and I'm interested to learn how you look at that. I know you've got a lot of great things you're going to share today about the way that you bucket keywords and you plan these out during a launch, and how you audit ASINs and some other great tactical things that you've shared. But what's your view on how your business and work plays a part in who you are as a person?
With respect to business, it's like when I started the business, I literally started through working from my 9 to 5 job, and then I started like after 7 to 3, 4 o'clock. I spent like almost 19 hours to learn this business actually. First of all, I think in 18 months we made $1 million actually. And then we started growing like crazy. We started like growing really good actually from that point. With respect to business, I am really like, I'm a data scientist guy. I'm a data engineer. I'm like deal with like so much of data in the previous things. So I love digging into more details of data. Amazon gives so much data. Think about 2015 and right now. Oh my God, you got like so much data to discover a lot of things actually in Amazon. So if you never worry about like what data is what Amazon giving and what external data you're getting, and then if you cannot combine that, that's the most area that what you need to be focused on at this point.
Yeah.
So that gives like a solid, I've been launching like almost 30 products, like 20, 30 products right now. I've been have a pipeline of 10 products, launching 20 products right now. We're seeing a crazy growth on the ASINs actually ranking aspect of it. It's like amazing that how we use the data and then turn the data to speak for us, not we making a one decision, because our emotional decision doesn't work all the time. So we use that data decision to make our decisions actually. That works amazing.
Yeah, that's good information. I think it was something I overlooked for a long time, right? Like I just kind of went with what was in my mind, and then I learned like split testing and what real split testing is and how you have to do less. And that took me a lot of time to like wrap my head around, to do less, wait, be patient, look at the result, adjust, and keep doing that over and over. Now I kind of enjoy it. I've come to appreciate it, one, because it works, and it's actually easier than what I was doing before.
When you see, we are like emotional animals, right? We want to be adapting to the, the emotional behavior that what we adapt to ourselves. Before, when you have to launch product, when you're launching the keywords, probably, like we are like scared even touching something in the title or bullet points, search terms, and all these things. But when your ranking is able to show like, okay, all right, this keyword, Amazon giving a lot of relevancy for this, and you can able to use that keyword, go back to the root, take that root keyword, and then build that whole group of keyword and then try to rank it. That's like easy. We don't need it. At that point, you can outsource that one.
Yeah.
So I call this something called keyword linking actually. What is keyword linking is basically when you rank 3 or 4 keyword, Amazon gives automatically juicing for certain other keywords actually. For example, let's take typical garlic press, right? So we take a typical garlic press. So when you take when you're ranking for stainless steel garlic press, and let's say that you have a keyword stainless steel press, but there is some other keyword actually in the middle, or some other keyword is added, right? So that if that keyword is ranking, you can take that keyword as a main root keyword, as a browse keyword, and go and then link all of the keywords actually. So you don't need your intelligence to go and then check what keyword you want to rank. It's like whatever you ranked before, go back to the root and check 2 matches actually, which is like there is something called loose match and straight match, loose match and strong match, which is like loose match is nothing but if you have like a garlic press, if you take only garlic and then map with the other keywords, your relevancy is like much looser actually. So you need to take like a garlic plus press and 2 keywords along with the other keyword, then you have like a higher relevancy to rank other keywords actually. That's called keyword linking. So you keep linking the keyword until you rank for all the keywords.
I like it, man. That's a great example. Now, I imagine as you do that process, are you also thinking about relevancy along the way, and adding an adjustment there, or are you still just looking at the data?
No, relevancy is basically like when you're building your listing, you need to be indexed for all the keywords. So first of all, before relevancy, we need to go behind 2 more steps actually. One was like a browse node and a category. There is a lot of difference between browse node and category, and which needs to be matched up with your product type and an item type.
Okay.
And you need to be placed all the keywords in the right place, then you will automatically get indexed right now. So once you get the indexing, so once your listing has like a number of people, so the relevancy is built by the clicks, the relevant clicks, and also the conversion, and also people talk in your listing. For example, Q&As, and also, for example, in the reviews, people say garlic press, you automatically index for garlic press. You have the higher relevancy for garlic press, right? So in that way, you can able to enforce the relevancy, and relevancy can build ongoing as well. So basically, when I said all the brand, all the conjunction and everything is like automatically indexed and have a relevancy for your keyword actually. So basically, you just make sure that you put up a plan in such a way that group the keywords and also use the keyword linking strategy to get relevant for your keywords automatically. You're linking, keep linking your keywords actually.
Amazing.
So that's where your 2 words are indexed, and another you bringing the other 2 words get more relevancy and ranked, and again bringing it to another keywords to bring index and rank, and then you keep moving forward until you rank for end of the whole keyword actually completely.
And how are you rotating and placing those keywords? Like as you identify a new opportunity, where are you swapping like a keyword in the title out for a new one and then treating this old one a different way? What's your process like for that?
So you don't need to change anything when you're launching the keyword, as long as your keywords are already indexed. That's more than enough for you at this point, and you don't need to change any title until otherwise you get into some other issues actually. So I divide the keywords. So this is one of the best hack what we found in our operationals actually. So we divide, when we launching a keyword, we divide those keyword into C1s, complexity 1, complexity 2, up to complexity 5 actually. Basically, how we do it is like when your keyword was able to rank without just a social signal, which you're sending it, and you called as a C1 keyword actually, which is like complexity 1. It's not so complexity. When you're running a PPC and you're able to rank the keyword just with the PPC, and you're like, that's called as a C2 keyword, complexity 2. When you're doing when you're getting your add to carts, let's say that you're running Google traffic, and Google traffic, you're giving the coupon, people coming and then looking for a coupon, that gives add to cart, a lot of add to carts actually for you. At that point, you're checking that when you rank for that, that's like a C3 complexity. So fourth is like you're doing all the things plus giveaway, some of the influencer giveaway or anything what you're doing, that's like a C4 keyword, which you rank for it. C4 keywords are typical keyword. It doesn't matter what you do, you rank, it go down actually. So those keywords are like, you don't want to focus on those keywords super long. It's like a long-term strategy, which is like, you need to stay behind. I call them as like, you be with a friend with a goal, and then a friend with a goal, and then you're like waiting for the relationship to be break actually. When the relationship to be break, and then you want to sneak in and pick the girl actually, right? So that's how it is. You want to be friend with those keywords, like you stay there until the guy making mistake actually. When the brand making mistake, you automatically go and then take the position actually, automatically. So you need to wait for those keyword until somebody is making mistake. They're going to make a mistake. Either they're going to make mistake or Amazon is going to make mistake. So at that point, you got to like go and immediately go run a 5 days or 7 days campaign to take over their position actually.
Okay, nice. Do you have a good, any advice on how to catch that right away? Like how are you setting up that alert of that, a competitor got suppressed, went out of stock or whatever?
When you labeled as a C5, I track that. I put up like a notification every single day.
Okay.
When I see the moment is like going up, that day somebody's like falling. So that day I'm going all in at that time actually.
Nice.
So, so most of the people get stressed out. Oh, that keyword is ranked. I don't stick actually. Why are you focusing on that one keyword? You have thousands of keywords. If you don't have like a more than 10, 20, 30 keywords, you're in a wrong niche actually. You're in a bad product actually, first of all. You need to have like a minimum 50 to 60 keyword with a search volume of about 300. If you don't have, you're definitely like in a deep hole that one day somebody is going to come overbid you, take over your position actually. You don't want that kind of niche, first of all. So basically to audit all these things before even like launching the product, labeling all the keywords properly, and that one will help you for maintenance side of it. At the maintenance side, whoever maintaining the product, they don't have to be worried about like, okay, this keyword was like go down. Okay, this is like a C3 keyword. All I need to do is like run an extra PPC, and then I just have to give I just have to make sure that it makes enough CTR, so enough click-through rate, and then a conversion, then I'm good actually. So if it's like C5, oh, you know what, that's a predicted result. It's happening. All right, fine. What do I have to do? I need to wait. I need to run like a small giveaways. I need to do like a little bit of like a conversion aspect of it. Then wait, I do like a double purchase or whatever it is. At that point, I will be able to rank that keyword. So it's like, so most of the time it's like in our life is like making a decision is the most important thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to avoid making a lot of decision in a day-to-day basis so that I can make a major decisions in my life. So think about it. If like every time you're going to hit keywords and then we need to like decide what decision we need to make. It's like a crazy. It's like every day you need to go through that one actually. So when you labeled it, you already know, this is like a known results actually. I know how to deal with that. My team know how to deal with that. So I don't have a problem with that one actually.
Nice. Is there any more context you can give to the ranking? Like, are you like C1 through C5? Are they typically, is a C4, C5 typically like a short tail keyword, 1 or 2 words? Maybe it's like got more of a browse intent versus purchase intent.
So I don't think I've seen a pattern in a very wide Right now, Amazon also introduced like a auto suggestion,
Yeah.
like a based on your previous history. So because of that, there is a lot of keyword shuffling is happening.
Mhm.
All the browse keywords became a purchase keywords, and
Yeah.
purchase
Yeah.
became like super crazy. Like I was like, what the heck is happening? So huge volume keywords are going down like crazy. If you go and then check your search query performance data, I mean, like 3 months ago, the search volume and then impression is like it has a huge gap actually. It has huge gap. So when you go on and check those data, you're able to like, damn, we cannot make any decisions. It's a stupid that we're making decisions.
Yeah.
You need to let the data speak to you. You make the decision out of that.
Yeah.
So that's a difference. So basically, I divide the keyword into browse and the purchase keyword actually. When you talk about the browse, I mean, everybody asks question like, oh, short tail is a browse keyword, long tail is like a purchase keyword. No, that's not true. So go to the brand analytics, take all your conversion. If your conversion is below 15%, it's a browse keyword. Why? Because it's required 8 clicks to make a one purchase. If a purchase keyword, it will be like above 15%, which is like a 4:1 ratio. Every 4 clicks, you need to make a one sales actually.
Yeah.
So that's like a purchase keyword. So you don't need like our assumption to make a judgment about what keyword it is actually at the point.
That's good information, man. I like, I mean, it seems like the real solution to this is you really just got to be on top of it every day and seeing what's happening.
It's not tough. It is not tough. It's super easy. Right now, in the search query performance data, you can get like what is the top 10 keyword acquisition actually. So it's super easy. And then the brand analytics, you get like a top 3, and you can able to find out what is a search query, what is the search frequency rank value can be actually. It's super easy to find out all these data. So when you have a product manager, when you have a launch manager, somebody who's dealing with, and if he doesn't know like how to deal with this, it's today or tomorrow it's gonna fall apart. Why? Because the competition could be not really well for your niche, but tomorrow it's gonna get strong. How many products we went through like that?
Yeah.
Today there's no lot of competition there. You rank and you make money. Tomorrow there's another new guy come, put up like a freaking crazy offer, and then like it's gone. Like we were talking about like, okay, hey, we were on the top before 1 year ago. Right now we were like down. I get like a lot of clients who comes to me basically like, hey, I was like selling top. Right now we were like 10th position. There's just so many things went through in the problem. In 2 years, the product type and item type introduced actually like a crazy for all the categories actually. And then browse node has been like a go crazy with all the categories. I recently went through I helped one of the MDS actually recently. Their browse node is a brand keyword.
Okay.
Brand keyword I'm talking about.
That's crazy.
And then we checked, and then they were immediately started ranking for all the keywords. So we need to know how to look for these small things, which is like going to bring like a bigger results for you.
So talk a little bit about because you mentioned this earlier to me about the category and the browse node being different in the item type. And I think you mentioned the category type?
Yes. Okay. There is this is the biggest, we recently discovered this last week, actually, not last week, 2 days ago. So we helped like a couple of people to test it, how this works. Basically what happening is, right, the Amazon puts your product listing on freeze actually. You cannot change on your listing. Is that what you're asking?
Well, like yeah, somewhat. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like it's not taking contributions and stuff, right?
No, it's like basically they freeze your listing. They will not allow you to change anything.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, just like starting out from like a general perspective, like how you define those things.
Okay.
And then, yeah, like if someone feels like they're stuck in the wrong category or node, or they just want to get into another one, how they can make that happen.
So basically, before, like I think like 5-6 years ago, we have only category change actually. We just have a category. We put up in any random category to get the bestseller batch, and after that we change. And Amazon come up with the compliance saying that, okay, no, you cannot go into another category, lowest category, and get the bestseller to make the highest sales actually. But because bestseller rank would makes you like a minimum 30% hike in your sales actually, right? So what they come up with is basically they want to do like a keyword base, category based keyword actually. Each keyword has certain keywords. That's all you can rank about. See, I'm talking about from my experience. I'm not talking about like whole thing. I learned out of my whole system and some of the algorithm stuff that I went through and tested. So basically, like Amazon is trying to be like only certain category can rank for certain keywords. So how they implemented is by providing the product type and item type.
Okay.
So product type and item type is like a bind with the browse node actually. Category, this one is completely different actually.
Okay.
Category that Amazon shows, but the browse node and then a product type and item type is the one that it's gonna show up. You can choose in your listing actually. By the way, if you have a browse node, sometimes what happen, your browse node and item type change actually. If there is a mismatch, if it's a older product, you're okay. You don't want to change it right now. If it's a new product, if that you're putting it up and then you made a mismatch, then you end up in like not ranking for certain, not getting relevancy for certain keywords, not able to index. You can index also, but you're not going to get like a higher relevancy. You're not able to rank actually. How you can able to check this is, right, you go index, you get index for all the keywords, but you're not going to be organically showing up. You show for all the PPC, you're not going to be ranking going anywhere. You'll be like in a Helium 10, Data or any other key product, you'll be able to have like a dash in that 100%. So, and also you go and then try to change your listing and you will not be able to change it at all. So that's called listing freeze actually.
Okay.
So when that happen, you're like almost get fucked up already.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you need to make sure that how to change it. And after that, you need to be like making sure that you can able to rank the keywords. People spend like one time, there's a guy who was like running 300 giveaways per week actually through influencer, and then he was in a third position actually, third page I'm talking about.
Wow.
And I was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you giving away that much? And he was like making close to $20,000 per day on that one listing he was dropping. When we checked that product and then we were like, your freaking item type and everything was collapsed. You're not in a proper browse node. Why you have not done any like audit for your listing actually. You need to do like a on-page optimization really clear to make sure that you can rank this keyword. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense.
Wow. So yeah, that's is there, so let's try and wrap this up for some people that are listening so they could, maybe they have a declining product or they're trying to rank for a keyword they think is relevant and they want to go look and see if this is an issue. Could you kind of walk them through like an example and where they would go?
Yeah, the first thing which you need to do is like remove your canonical URL. When you click on the listing, you will able to see your keywords there. Take down that on amazon.com/DP your ASIN. If you put down that, you will able to, you see your browse node. At that period only, you will see the browse node. And then your category and browse node could be completely different actually.
Okay.
Right? So you could have like a multiple category, you could have but your one category there actually. That's the first thing you need to check. Take the browse node, go to your product upload feature, right? And go manually check if the product type is matching within your listing actually. If you click on that, you'll able to find out your product type and item type, and you need to go and then check your listing as the same thing.
Okay.
If that's not the same thing, it's a problem. That's the first thing. Second, Amazon, you will see anytime that you put up your keywords, Amazon will see there is a two layer. The one you can edit, other one is like Amazon agreed element actually.
Yeah, it's kind of like above the little box, right? And it's like gray. It's like a
good actually. You can change one. So if that's a mismatch, there is like a Amazon accepting you for that item type or that browse node, but whatever you updated, it's not accepting actually.
Yeah.
So if that happens to you, you need to create a case to unfreeze your listing actually first. When you unfreeze your listing, and after that, they will you can ask them to change the category. The quick hack I can share right now is like a very crazy, I just found it, which is like, you go put yourself in a very relevant, like for example, if you put garlic press, if you have like a garlic press, garlic related, any kind of related product, a category there, you go on and change that one first. Actually, very easy. You can ask your Seller Central, ask them, hey, what keyword I should be in. Actually, this is not right. What keyword? They say, hey, you can be here. Actually, so if they say that, you put that one and then get approved, and after that, you can change it on your own. Actually.
Nice.
So that's the hack. If you try to be like putting up in a very complex structure, complex browse node, and people like there is like not gonna approve actually. Why? Because they don't know actually. They don't know anything about it. So it's like once you need to be unfreeze, and after that you can freeze it there. I will post that one in MDS actually quick about like a quick hack value added actually soon. For sure.
Nice. Sounds good, man. That's a good one that I think a lot of people probably don't know about, and it's a little difficult to check, right? If you're not a spreadsheet person, those flat files are a little difficult to navigate, but so it would be great to see that written out. Let's see. You also, it's tough, man. It's things I've been able to figure out, but I don't like live in those spreadsheets, so then you lose it, right? If you're not messing with it on a regular basis.
That's what it is actually. That's where you need to stay on top of all these things. Most important thing what you need to do.
Yeah, and I think you can get notified, right? If you get, or like, is there a way to know your browse node got changed?
No, that's the problem.
Not even on a keepograph or something. No.
If the category change, it will change, but the category may not be changed.
Okay.
Category could be the right category, but your browse node. See, the browse node are the major issue why you don't have the BSR actually.
Yep, I've had that one happen before.
You not have the BSR, and you will like, oh my gosh, why am I don't have the BSR? So that's a major key. That's the first checkpoint. What I would do, like when you're going and then checking, like what's happening in my listing actually.
Okay.
So our first process is like anytime that we launching the product for our own or launching for somebody else, like the first tick is like go on and check 250 point check. It's like a card checkpoint actually.
Yeah.
So we have a checkpoint. We go through the whole checkpoint and say that, make sure that, okay, this is right. And, and also we think about it, right? Amazon provides attributes actually. So the attributes are like, it's a filter for all your Amazon listing, the right side filter for your niche. If you click on anything, if your product is not showing up, you're losing 20% of sales actually.
So you're saying I know you're talking about in the attributes section in the back end, but you're saying from the customer's end on the front end, those are like filters, search filters in a category? Okay.
Yeah, it's like a search filter. Sometimes we like, okay, this product is expensive. I want to put like $100 to $150 actually. I want it in a black color. Oh, I want it in this material. So when you go through that filter, there's like almost like a 10 to 20% of people looking for it.
Wow,
so
yeah.
Using the big, huge volume there actually, literally. So make sure, and also it is not for like somebody who's like trying to be doing that. That the point is you're missing the big algorithmic aspect of it. You're missing the whole attributes, what needs to be there. So those are things we check. When we take down the listing, we check, okay, is it browse node is right, product type, and item type, and then the attributes are right, or is it like they put up in the right place? Did they have like a 230 words? Right now, we don't put like a title more than like 170, we keep it like a below 170. It's like, I feel like it's getting a better results for us. So we check all these things, and then we come up with like a comprehensive plan of like, okay, how are we going to approach this launch actually right now?
That's solid, man. I like those tips that you're dropping. I'm thinking about these fields. I know in that product attributes field, there's usually a drop down, right? And like there's some stuff you could select. Are you using you're able to? Because I think it'll let you put other stuff in there, right?
All right. Do you want a quick hack on that? I mean, nobody follow this actually. Nobody follow this. We've been doing this for a while actually right now. So if you go to the inventory, there is something called a product improvement actually.
Okay.
Improve listing, right? But here's the thing, they will all have that. They will always have that to improve the listing. But on the left side, on the right side corner, there is like a bulk sheet there.
Okay.
You download the bulk sheet and then you edit all the things and upload it there. One time you've gone down, everything is like taken care at the same time.
So you can edit. I didn't know you could do that in bulk.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm telling you. It's a quick hack. Like basically like you can do that one.
That's wild. Yeah, I love that you're talking about the internal Amazon tools, and I know we talked about how they've gotten better, but even back in the day, like Amazon was still providing some solutions, and then people would make this software, and I'd be like, dude, you can just go in Amazon and do it, like right there. Like, why are you paying this software?
Yeah.
Like, and now, dude, the stuff they're coming out with is pretty
Crazy.
damn good.
Damn good. And also people don't understand how to use it.
And they don't know, the only thing they're not doing, which I think is hard for them to do, they're not looking at it from our perspective, is like,
Yeah.
what was I in yesterday? I think Product Opportunity Explorer. It had great click-through data, but no conversion data.
Oh, wait, you want to hear the another thing? Like, I'll show you another hack. Well, that's the last hack I'm going to share right now. Hopefully.
Hack City, baby, let's go.
So basically, you take your brand analytics data, okay, the keyword, and you can go to the product. Oh my God, that's crazy. I'm sharing with you here. So, fuck. All right. Okay. Sorry. Like, okay, go to the Product Opportunity Explorer. And in the Product Opportunity Explorer, you go to that like search terms, you see all the impression and clicks for that keyword actually.
Okay.
So you download that, then you know the value of each search query frequency ranking actually.
Okay.
Like
So,
you can take what is the monthly search query frequency ranking it is. Then you can, if you take like a 10 keywords, which is like, for example, I take a keyword of 5,000, 10,000, I take like a 15,000, 20,000, or 100,000. I can predict what is like a 1 to what is the middle actually. It's just like a little bit of like a math what you need to put up. It's like, for example, it's like a 5,000 to 10,000. It's like 100 clicks actually I get, which means, so 5,000, 100 clicks, 10,000 is 50 clicks actually. So what is in the middle? It's like 75 clicks in the middle, in between, like that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
So we can able to figure out what is the volume it is actually, and you can able to approach your rankings based on that.
Nice. And so you're doing that at launch time, or when are you doing that? All the time. All the time.
So basically you can able to find out. They also show the ranking like last 30 days change actually, like 40% down, or 180 days changes actually, like a 40% up actually. So based on that, you can able to push your keyword clicks and down, up and down actually. So it's also change all the time. If you go on and check it out this month and go on and check it out next month, it changes actually data. You always track those data. You can able to have like a solid ranking strategy, and you can have like a solid how many keywords, how many units you need for that product, and all the things you can describe and derive out of that actually.
Nice, man. That's super good. I'm gonna pull one more hack out of you because you mentioned it earlier.
Oh boy.
You mentioned like the inventory, and I honestly don't think it's not even really a hack. It's kind of like a good business practice, right? Like you were talking about how like you really want to get more inventory in, and I'll let you finish it and why that's important. But I think you make a really great point.
So basically, when you're launching the product, when you're sending a new product, Amazon will not distribute for all the places actually, right? Let's say that you're launching a new brand, so Amazon doesn't know anything about your niche or anything, so they don't send it to the major things wherever you need to send it. So at that point, what will happen is like you launch the product, you don't have the certain categories, so you don't have the certain places that are available for 2-day shipping or 1-day shipping available. When the 2-day shipping, 1-day shipping is not available, you and me know that you lose a 30% sales actually there.
Yeah.
And also, one of the major thing happen is like it's a 1-day shipping. If it's not available, that's a different story. If the keyword is the inventory is not available, your 1-day shipping is not available, and also your keyword is going to be shown differently. I mean, we have a geo ranking process right now. So basically, each and every location based on your inventory level, your keyword shows up actually there. If you have a more inventories there, you have like a more ability to rank that area actually. So when you're ranking the product, you need to make sure all the places are having a better inventory access actually. The best way to do it is go to your Helium 10, right? Go on and find out your inventory data mapping actually. or you can, if you have techie enough, if you are like a guru enough in Amazon report, there is a report you can download. What are the FCs holding your inventories?
Yeah.
And also you can able to find out what are the places you selling more actually. You
Yeah.
take down the location, make sure those location have your product. If the product is not like there, then you end up in like losing a lot of ranking juice there actually on those places.
Yeah, that's huge, man. And it's like, it makes so much sense, right? Like if like people want 1-day shipping, right? Like we don't know why. I think this is where people get mixed up. And it's like what AI is getting kind of reaching at is like this predictive thinking technology, like how consumers are going to act and behave based on what's in front of them and what they need in that moment. And there's like so many things, right? Like you don't know why someone would need 1-day shipping, right? Like it's not always about it just being a better number. Like maybe they just really need that thing like right now, today.
I'll tell you a real example. We were making 170 sales on one of the product, that's a top seller what we have. One day, all of a sudden, a product sales went down to 50. And I was like freaking out, like, what the fuck? Like, what's happening? Right? So we have like a 280 checkpoints we do everyday basis. We also download the reports. We have aggregated dashboard of like how to check to the data, why the sales went down, why the sales up. We can able to figure out all these things super easy. But because we have a history of data, we keep it, right? We have 4 years history of data right now. So, and we dig down in deeper details and we found the one of the FC, the inventory put on hold actually for some reason. Well, because when we reach out to them, they said like the truck was locked. They couldn't open the truck. And I was like, what's stupid is actually the inventory was like hold for like a week actually. So we found out that because of that reason, that's a major FC what we have. We went down in the sales like a third. We went down like 3 times actually down actually. So once we fixed it, we created a case and we created everything for them. Like we involve the SaaS page, we write a letter to Jeff Bezos and everybody, and immediately in 48 hours we changed it actually completely, and our sales back went to like 170 again.
Amazing.
So how many of us know how to track this data actually?
Yeah,
like
that's
super simple small one FC that doesn't have my inventory, but my inventory has like a 3,000 there, and my inbound was like a 2,000 is there. My FC transfer was like 1,500 there actually. It's super stupid actually. But since we have the data and the information what we need, we were able to track in a right way and able to address this issue right away. Otherwise, think about we lose the ranking. We will be end up in like losing in the ranking everywhere. Sales losing actually. Once the BSR lose, once your sales lose, you'll be like a Ngram algorithm will be like losing, put you down in all the place actually. And after that, your ranking will lose. Your Amazon charts will lose, actually. Your bestseller batch, you will lose, actually. So 30%, 10%, 15%, then you're like banged into like a crazy place and you are not able to re-rank. If you don't know how to re-rank your product, what's the problem it is, you're never going to come back after that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge, man. I mean, how many people are really thinking about inventory at a specific fulfillment center is why their sales are down, right? Like that would be, I would probably like accidentally stumble upon that, right? Like if I was really digging in, but I would never think about that in the beginning. And I think that really just goes to say like, you really, if you have an Amazon business, like you need an Amazon expert. And I think a lot of people in MDS, as we grow our business and we try and do less in the business, we stop being that expert. But you still need someone there.
Oh, for sure.
Because everything is changing, just like you said. The auto suggest, inventory at a fulfillment center. Like there's all these different things happening. And then you throw people on top of that and the way that they think and what they need and how they're changing and how the algorithm's reacting to that. You need someone with eyes on that stuff every day.
That's one of the biggest learning what I had is like giving a SOP for your team actually. It's a fucking nightmare. If you give the SOP, they come in and say, SOP doesn't work. You give it to me, it doesn't work. What do you want me to do? I was like, I don't give a SOP to my team. Okay, this is a basic instruction. It doesn't matter what it is. Go on and figure it out that.
Yeah.
Don't come back and tell me like, okay, this SOP doesn't work. I mean, you don't put the blame on ourselves actually.
Right.
This is the basic thing. Why? Because it's super changing right now. Every month your launch process change.
Yeah.
Like, for example, think about it. Your browse keyword and purchase keyword has changed drastically right now. You cannot, so people who were like already ranked for all the big keywords, the sales might have been went down because of the search volume auto suggest. It's went up right now. So it's like all the unimportant keywords become important right now. So if you don't focus on all the small keywords already, it's a time for you to focus on it.
Yeah.
And if you're launching new, you freaking go on and take advantage of it right now.
Yeah.
It's a super amazing hack. You can able to like go on and check what was the last 3 months, 1 year ago, what was the search volume, what we have in the search core first frequency ranking, what is it right now, compare that, whoever is like not ranked for those keyword, go on and rank it right now. Then it's like freaking amazing.
Yeah. Amazing, man. Like, I know you dropped so much knowledge. I know people are going to probably want to reach out and hit you up. I know you're able to like help people out with these ASIN audits. So as we wrap up, like, why don't you just let people know what you've got going on, that you can do for other people, how they can reach out to you, and then we'll wrap up the podcast, man.
For sure. Amazing. So yeah, if you're going through one of this issue, just shoot me up a message to colinkamesh@gmail.com. I can do a quick audit and show that what exactly you're going through. I mean, we can schedule a call, like a 15-20 minutes call completely for free for the MDS audience who's coming there right now. I'll take a look at the product. I'll give you the exact situation, what you're going through, and then you go and then help yourself. You can able to do that on your own. You're already there. If you need help, we can also help you how to launch and relaunch your product as well. So yeah, I'm not selling you or anything.
Amazing. Cool, man. And we'll make sure we share your email in the notes so that people can get a hold of you. And Colin, thanks for coming on, man. I love you, man. You're one of my favorite people. I can't wait till we hang out again. And thanks for coming on and dropping some knowledge, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for being amazing always, all the time. I learned a lot of things. We had an amazing conversation. We still had an amazing conversation. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, brother.